Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Paper Tuesdays podcast with Michael Dwyer and Mark Halpin.
The dead arose and spoke to many. Thanks to James Flood for filling in for my good self last week.
You did. You got your job back.
I did.
With me and Shane had a meeting and we discussed it. And we said, look,
thanks, Shane.
We'll let him in. He comes with his own assistant.
Yeah. Today's podcast comes from the unfamiliar surroundings of Meadowgate.
No. We're in Ramsgate.
Ramsgate. And we have to give a huge shout out to my groomsman, Gerald Cullen, who has pulled out all the stops today. I actually just rang Gerald at 1 o'clock. He said, Ben Egan is here, just come on up. And I came up, and soon enough, Gerald was making me pancakes. We were hosting a podcast here. He let us have a business meeting. We just had a meeting. We circled back on a few things.
Yeah. And we were trying to solve a mystery. We were...
and we had a sit-down meeting for that mystery,
We did, yeah. We waited till Shane got here and we had a boardroom meeting.
Trying
to solve a mystery. And that's today's topic.
Yes.
Mysteries. Michael, why mysteries?
I can't remember why, and I love this whole thematic thing of, this bit of this and bit of that. But one of the mysteries that I was... Oh, actually, I have a few matters arising.
Okay.
I am raw at hurling.
Raw, yes, true.
I was playing Cranford on Monday night, and I gave an unmerciful pull across a young lad's leg. And see, I know I paint this picture of the goody-goody two shoes, and look at me, how nice and pretty I am. Well, that man's front shin was not as pretty as that.
Oh, yes.
So, so my... Shout out to you, Alex or Luke.
You were going to apologise, but he pulled back. No apologies.
No. It was that I apologise to him to say it, but it was that bad pull that I left my mark.
Where was the ball?
So I went to pull on the ball, but it was so badly timed, and it was it was endemic or symptomatic of the fact that I have been training in weeks,
right? And
the fact that I was trying to pull on the ball, and I actually ended up in pulling on his shin. That's
Junior B, baby.
That's Junior B, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Was it a penalty?
It was a yellow card.
Yellow card. Where did it take place?
It was a 20-metre free, but he was the last man in, and we were under pressure.
We had to do it.
I thought we were down by a good bit, but we were only down by 4 or 5 points at half time, but we were under a lot of pressure. John Sprong O'Brien, shout out to you, John Sprong. He was fantastic at full back. And the other corner was Ryan O'Callaghan. Ryan is a young fellow, and he's well able for Junior B. He turns around the man and lets it down the field like he's done all his life. So it's brilliant. Other matters arising. Ash thought she was the sun in the Teletubbies and not the moon.
Okay, glad we clarified that.
Yeah.
Why?
She was only 3 or 4, or maybe, but she kept typing, that me, or whatever, at the telly. So
okay,
yeah, and then shout out to Grassland Agro and Fertilizer.
Okay, Agro or Agri?
Agro,
that's
right? How they're a French company. I think that's what they go at. And we have a loyal listener in the form of their Wicklow salesman, Matt.
Okay,
and Matt reached out to us. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Because we were talking about pica. Do you remember you? It's an eating disorder.
Oh yeah. It's where you eat firelighters, women.
Yeah. So apparently it's common in cattle as well, and it's very common in cows at this time of the year. They eat stones or drink piss due to a lack of phosphorus or sodium, and they sell a mineral block for it. And that's so Matt of Grassland Agro. If you need a few blocks
of the podcast. Yeah. No. Look, if your cows are eating stones, contact Matt. It's a niche market.
It is.
But an important one.
Yeah. An important one.
We can't lose cows to stones.
No.
That's all the...
Matters. Well, yeah. I was going to go with the first mystery, Mark, I think, is the mystery of the untapped potential of the child.
Okay.
Have you been thinking about this?
A little bit. Not really. I suppose not in depth. I haven't sat down and thought about this exclusively. What brings you to this topic? What attracts you to
Well, I just think
children?
that, look at Sophie now, or they're only a few months old, and they have the whole life in front of them, and no one knows what direction they'll go, whether they'll like this or that, or whether they'll want to play camogie or rugby, or whether they'll care about sport at all, or what.
Yeah. It's becoming more. You can see it more in parents now in this generation where we're more free to do what we want to do, and I think our children are going to be more that way. They're going to be more encouraged rather than moulded. I think that's a better system for parenting. I suppose that's be the one I'll try to take, is just whatever their interests are, let them pursue that and just try to guide them along the way towards that, towards whatever fulfills them, rather than being like, okay, the first one is a doctor, the second is a priest, and then the third one marries the cousin, and then whatever. Like, that used to be the way in Ireland, wasn't it? Like, the first one is a doctor or something, second I think was always a priest, or was it a third was always the priest or a nun.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking cat. Like, imagine just because, where was I born? Are we able to research that?
Yeah, go for it.
So
that was mentioned in Fire Head anyway, wasn't it? Ted goes, that was always the way to Google. The first son becomes a doctor, and the second idiot son becomes a priest. And it was like, isn't your brother a doctor, Ted? He is, yeah.
That's gas. But like, that, I'd say that sounds like something that was in the rage in the like mid-90s, like 1950s or so, would you say?
Yeah.
Like, apparently if you were to marry maybe I've discussed this before, like, I find it mad that you married a labourer married a labourer, a farmer married a farmer, a teacher married a teacher. There was no... everything was class-based.
Yeah. And we've gone away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll keep moving away. Yeah.
Every day we stray further from God. Keep the class.
That's like... Yeah, but this is like, I came home to be parents or something. I was at some meeting and it was a religious meeting or whatever. And I said, or there was a big crowd meeting or something. And I said, oh no, the church was still alive or whatever. And I said, yeah, but God is changing. And they go, God is changing? And they looked at me, but like, God, our perception of society, of God is changing, I think. Yeah. Like in the 1970s, we thought, like, there was a notion that we have this God of fear and that we don't look, or he doesn't want to see us. And now we're kind of becoming more open and compassionate, and we're starting to return to those sort of values. So
yeah,
I don't know how we got to that.
Now God is taking mushrooms in a field in Sligo.
Yeah.
That's how we experience God.
And I
now.
want to go there.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, fields. So there was definitely mushrooms being taken last night. Ashton and I collected Ashton from Camden Street.
Okay.
And
where's this story going?
Yeah. So this big moment for me. So we passed a field that Will owns, and there was this big massive light in it. I instantly break and goes, what was that? And Ashton goes the same, like, what was that? And then we reverse and go back. And by this stage it was now just two fellas in the field, but there were no massive light. So then we circle back, and there was this lad, and they were dressed with scraggy clothing, and they had feathers, sticks, and it was just a bit odd. Yeah. But I reckon, so then I round down the window, and I said, stay out of that field, the guards were on the way. I told them, like, because the guards weren't on the way, sorry lads.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Guards are on the way, it's always good. It's
They're always on the way.
Pocket, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've used it before.
Have you?
Young lads, yeah.
In the Tom the Healy.
Yeah, acting the bollocks.
Yeah.
Like, all right, lads, just hold on there for 20 minutes, the guards are on the way out.
Hold on.
And that's one way to get rid of them.
Imagine them, they're waiting for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, where are you going? Hold
on. Yeah. So anyway, that was what... Yeah, but they were... I didn't mind them, but I suppose they shouldn't startle the cattle or whatever, but like, they were finding God in that field with their big light. Whatever they were doing with the big light. More power to them.
But and you scared the shit out of them. That's the last thing you want to hear when you're high on mushrooms. Some lad in his Clio. That's the guards are on the way. And you stay out of that field. They're like, it's our field, man. It's mine and it's yours. And you're like, you shut the fuck up, you stupid hippie.
Don't go near my cattle. Cattle are my God.
Close that fucking gate after you.
But that's it, like, isn't it? Like, one man's genius is another man's idiot. One man's, yeah, I don't know.
One man's field is one man's field, and you stay the fuck out of
it. So, Flash Flood. Flash wanted his moment. So
yeah, let's go. Let's
go and find him. But, wow, we're going all places today, aren't we?
So did you listen back to Flood's episode?
I listened to part of it. I haven't listened to all of it yet. I'm sorry, no.
We lost a good bit of audio in it. James was we got right into the depths of flood, and we were talking about UCD days, and of course we talked about London, and we talked about a few different things, and James was starting to name a few names he shouldn't have named, and then that was when the audio went, thank God.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay, right. So it was getting wild.
It was getting wild, yeah. It was. We were there for fucking 2 hours, I'd say.
The podcast probably half an hour lost there, like that. Camera went first, and then like audio went next, and all over the place. And then we nearly lost the SD card, so we nearly didn't have the podcast. So fucking
mad.
Now, while we're on, are we going?
Oh yeah,
flood?
go, yeah.
No.
Oh, I have flash flood.
Yeah, we'll stay while we're on flood, and then we'll get into my new trait that I've learned.
Yes.
My new talent.
By a point. Will Foley from Horswood, the goalie, comes up, kicks a free the last kick of the game. 45 yards out, 10 yards in from the stand, curled it over the black spot, and Wexford Miners are through to the Seamus Heaney Cup final. Massive win for football. Colossal. Well done to the young lads. Proud of every one of them. And we go now again Meath in the final. And bring on the Meath boys, and bring on everyone in our own county that's against us, and all the naysayers, because they are out there, and they are trying to do damage to football, and we are giving them the 2 fingers. We are fighting for a way of life, and we fucking get there by hook or by crook.
The minor football way of life. They've been trying to fucking stamp it out for years. Well done to the minor footballers and to James, of course.
And to James, absolutely. But like, I love how that was such a positive note, and then for the last 10 seconds, they just had to give it to them.
Yeah, and fuck you. My own people.
Mark, what's this talent you've been telling me about?
I have been studying cold reading. Okay, so cold reading is how Darren Brown learned to... It's what he believes psychics learn in order to be able to get information and lead people in to believe in them about their contacting their dead relatives or whatever, and it's all through body language and signals and verbal language. So what I am going to do, just to prove that I have learned this, I'm going to leave the room.
Right.
I'm going to leave you and Shane in here.
Okay.
You and Shane are going to decide between yourselves on an object in the room to pick. When I come back in, you and Shane are going to pick out objects in the room.
Yeah.
And you're going to say, is this the object we picked? And I'm going to tell you whether it is or not until you land on the right object, and I'll be able to tell which the object you picked is.
Okay.
Okay? Right. So I'm going to go out through the front door to make sure I can't hear what you're saying.
Right.
Okay?
Sounds great. This is a great venue to do this, by the way.
Yeah.
Just knock when you want me to come back in.
Okay. Yeah, it's totally unknown to him, and Grocullen has loads of little spots here. Grode and Ashling O'Dwyer reside in this area, and they have lovely shelves here. So I think...
next there. I think we're going to go up there.
Oh yeah.
So that's cool.
That's cool, but it stands out, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's something that I want, I guess. Look at this chef here. That's it. Oh, that's what you got, bro.
Yeah.
So I think maybe go that way. I think he won't go with that. I think he's going to go up there. So.
Yeah, but it's a bit as in, what about a coaster or one of those? Like, how would you describe that? Because if you trip up on describing it.
He's just going to ask us, or we're going to say, is it, say, the basketball up there? So I would say no. He's just going to, or we're going to give him suggestions until he gets to this, and we'll see if he will jump before we get to saying this.
Okay.
So
okay.
We'll say this then.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm back. I was standing outside the front door with my fingers in my ears, and people are walking past and driving into driveways looking at me. Just make sure my mic is still on. We're still connected, Shane. We're all good?
Yeah, all
good. Okay. So we'll start with Shane. Shane, give me an item.
The basketball.
No. Michael?
The coal bucket.
No. Shane?
The Batman comic up on Road Shelf.
No. Michael?
The bottle of Jägermeister.
No. Shane?
The tribal mask behind you.
No. Michael?
The remote control.
No. Shane?
The television.
No.
The fire guard.
No. Shane?
The picture of Grow mashing.
No.
The coaster.
No.
The Guinness glass in a box.
Yes.
Whoa! That's very good. You're good at this.
Yeah.
You got it?
So you're telling by the smirk, the look in the eye. Can you reveal?
The spirits. The spirits told me. I'll reveal in my own time.
Okay. Are you going to do this every week?
I might.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or might not.
Yeah. Or might not. Who knows? I know.
Well, this aids the mystery. Wow.
Yeah.
So have you been doing this through YouTube?
YouTube, books.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Fascinating. Wow. Oh, that's brilliant. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. We might make this a weekly thing.
And do you think...
That's a mystery how I did that. Fits the podcast.
Yeah, it does. It does. Absolutely. Do you think that this is a skill that a lot of people use?
No. No, I think it takes time and conscious effort
Right. Very
to
interesting.
learn. Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
And continued success.
Yeah. I don't know what I can possibly do with this talent, but
Yeah.
I could become a psychic maybe.
Imagine if you... Like... Okay, and one more. Like, we had Lisa Jane the psychic on this show. Do you think that she was using these powers?
Possibly.
Wow.
Possibly, yes.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe she
not.
is psychic. I don't know.
Very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Onwards. Onwards.
Well, I was not expecting that. The idea of mystery. Oh yeah, monarch butterfly. They migrate to Mexico and back every year. And during the year, there are four generations of butterflies that live and die during the journey. So even though when the monarch butterflies return to the same place, in the same trees in Mexico, its relatives started there, but the butterflies themselves were never there before.
But they migrate back there.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Is it to do with climate?
Yeah, maybe that's the way they can sense the direction of it.
Birds do the same, don't they?
Yeah.
Birds aren't real. I think Jehovah's Witnesses don't think birds are real.
Really?
Yeah, because their feathers don't run, or their feathers don't. They, like, we as people, our hair goes grey. Birds don't.
Oh.
So birds, therefore, aren't real.
Right.
They're made by the government
Okay.
to watch us. I have a mystery.
Yeah?
Centra in Dublin are no longer selling animal bars at the request of the Gardaí.
I think it's Cork.
Cork are no longer selling animal bars.
Why?
That's the question.
Mystery.
Shane knows.
Yeah, so apparently it was put up, it was all over Twitter there during the week that Centra in Cork wouldn't, like there's a picture of the empty shelves with animal bars and says animal bars removed because of the request from the Gardaí. But then it came back that the Gardaí, like obviously this went viral and everyone was going out about it, but apparently the guy's never done this. It was the shop owner put that notice there because that's all it was apparently the tinfoil out of animal bars was used for drug use in the area, and I think the shop owner took it into his own right to stop it, and then said put up on a notice saying the guards requested, but they never did.
Oh.
So yeah. Happened.
That's mysterious, alright.
Tinfoil is used for heroin.
Right.
They'll cook it under it. Do you ever see heroin being cooked on a spoon? When
No.
you're, on a Saturday night or a Friday evening after late. You cook up a little bit of heroin.
But like, why are they going to the effort of the animal? Is it because it's a perfect square or whatever? Like,
This is the question you may ask yourself, Michael Dwyer. But Mark, Centra sell tinfoil. Could they not just buy the tinfoil? But that's where you're wrong. The tinfoil in animal bars is thinner than regular tinfoil. Therefore, easier to cook your heroin in. Nevin Maguire has this in his shows.
Who's your favourite celebrity chef?
My favourite, Gordon Ramsay has to be. Would you be a Marco man? Marco Piero.
Flood has gone big into Marco.
Yeah, what's that about?
all about?
Buff Egan is my favourite celebrity chef.
Would you ever see the Martin fella? The fish are mad about Martin, and Martin's mad about fish.
No? Is this a show?
Yeah. Martin's mad about fish. And every week he cooks fish.
Fish.
Yeah. He has a fish restaurant, Fishy in Kinsale, and he didn't sell chips in his restaurant. You were interested in business advice, man.
Yeah.
He didn't sell chips in his restaurant just because he thought there was no need.
He's
Could be
better
this ad mixed up with another fella, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, he just thought, you know what, we'll sell chips again. He made 16,000 from chips in 1 year. So he's still selling chips.
There you go. You can't not sell chips
Yeah.
in an Irish restaurant.
Yeah.
We just want chips. Give us our chips.
Chips.
Michael, you are personal friends with Ian Bailey. So I just want to know, could we have him on the podcast?
You've never asked him. It's something I should have asked him about.
I was talking to, I think, Flood about this last week, that I'd like to have Ian Bailey on the podcast. And he goes, do you know what, yourself and Michael should go down to the farmers market in Cork and interview him. And I said, Michael will just buy leeks off him.
You did queer stuff, Mark, but I like the leak.
I snorted. No.
You have to use that as real. Yeah, but I don't know if I'd like interviewing Ian Bailey because I think he'd like it too much.
Yeah. Like, this is sure it's a mystery podcast.
Yeah.
Did he do it? Have you've watched the
I
documentary?
think he did anyway.
You allegedly think. Allegedly, Michael Dwyer thinks that Ian Bailey is guilty. I think.
You heard it there first, Mark.
Now, so there's 2 documentaries on Ian Bailey.
Yes, The Sky.
The Sky.
The Sky.
The Sky one. Who done that?
He's the Dublin director. What's his Jim Sheridan.
Jim Sheridan. Now, I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
I've seen
That's
the one.
really dramatic.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I seen the one on Netflix.
Netflix more factual.
Yeah, but Ian Bailey is painted as the murderer in this.
Okay.
I don't know. Is he in Jim Sheridan's?
I don't know, but all I could think of is him singing about how he's innocent with a big scarf around him in a shed. And like, the more you look at it, every second goes by, you think, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was the first one on the scene. Before the guards, I think he was there.
He knew that there were 2 wine glasses on the side of the place where you wash. You were domesticated now. The place where you wash the sink.
Yeah,
sink.
beside the sink, yes. An interesting man, nonetheless. I think he'd be a good podcast guest.
You and your Darren Brown.
Why not? Like, what else is he? Yeah, he's not in jail, which means in the eyes of the Irish government, who I stand by in this. I stand by my government. Okay, I voted them in. Ian Bailey is free to come on the podcast. In the eyes of the law, he's free to come on the podcast. I have no quarrels with Ian Bailey if he wants to come on the podcast and just clear his name on Paper Tuesdays.
Yep. No problem.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So next time you're down with Uncle Ian, just say, Ian, Mark wants you on the podcast.
Brilliant. That's going to be a great Insta poll. Should we have Ian Bailey?
Should we have Ian Bailey on the podcast? Okay.
Now, I'm going to take a bit of a U-turn. I'm going to talk about your future child.
Okay.
So, let's keep your child out of the context of Ian Bailey.
Okay, yeah, it's moving on.
So, Mark, I thought of it. I was very giddy last night. I was on the road up to Dublin to collect my darling fiance, and I was actually singing. I was going from Florence and the Machine to Kanye West to like Frank Patterson and an old Irish ballad. So it was all go. It was all go. And then Conor Moore rings, and I was just full of beans. And anyway. I was doing a lot of family history yesterday, Mark, and it struck me that your child's great, 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 great grandfather, 5 greats, is the same as my great, 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 great grandfather. So I will be 4th cousins once removed of your child.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's true breedside.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's mad.
Yeah. And we will share, now Ashton did not think that this was in any way interesting,
Okay.
but we will share 0.2% of a DNA.
Wow, 0.2%. Still not allowed. You can't marry my child.
It's good that we bring boundaries in, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of imagine a godfather marrying.
I was Googling this. So apparently
Really?
you learn this in home ec. Breed was actually Googling it. That there's laws. It's illegal to marry your cousins.
Oh.
And it's illegal to marry your child's spouse.
Is it?
Yeah. Maybe not even marry. Maybe have romantic relations with. So that's illegal. It's illegal to do that with your parents' spouse. So if your parents get separated, they marry someone else, you can't
No
do a
way.
deed with them.
Right.
In the eyes of the
No
government,
way.
which
I sound outraged. I sound
Yeah.
oh, that's out. Oh, shucks.
yeah. My baby and Connor's baby will also be second cousins, will they?
That's lovely,
Or is there a once removed or something there?
Oh, Janie.
Breed and Connor are first cousins.
I think they'll become second cousins. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're all one big happy family here. Me and Shane are cousins.
Yeah. Why did I bring that up in the Ian Bailey section? There was a reason I thought. Oh yeah. Now we know the reason. So you're talking about going off into the distance and finding Ian Bailey in a Skull Farmers Market and interviewing him. Well, I was thinking yesterday. Now I know it's not my childhood, but I thought of how comical it would be if we could get Mark Patrick Hederman to baptise your child. No, I know there's no way it could happen.
I would love that.
But that would be
That would be great. I'd love that so much. I would love that. I want to make it happen. Nobody else would get it. And like, why did we pick this man to do this? He was on the radio not too long ago. I was listening to him.
Yeah, he's a big deal. Whenever he talks about Brendan O'Connor, people listen. You know, people sit up and listen.
For a man who like locked himself away in a castle, like he's very public. He's a public figure.
But I'm reading one of his books there, and it's in the car there, and he's talking about the most. He's talking about dinosaurs and how they were created and how we have a part of a brain that like is more into protecting the offspring rather than dinosaurs weren't like that. Yeah. And these are one of the key takeaways from this month's book.
That's it. 300 pages.
But he's just very. I will always remember that interview that we did with him because like he thought, oh, where is he going with this? And then within 3 sentences you go, oh, there, that's where he was going.
Yeah.
You know, like there was always a way or a little nook or cranny he wanted to show you or whatever. But he was very down to earth, wasn't he?
We're doing Take Me Out tonight, Michael.
We are.
We
This is going to be fantastic.
Yes, this will be interesting. I got a message from Amy Cody. What day did I ring you? Monday, yeah. That their MC had pulled out and they were wondering if we were free to do it. So I checked with you. We said we'd do it. So now here we are. Neither of us have watched Take Me Out.
I have to say I have now.
Have you?
Yeah. I remember, I think there was an Irish...
Yeah, there was an Irish one. Which man?
Who did? Was it always
Ray
McGuinness?
Foley.
Was it Ray Foley, man?
That's it.
Yeah.
Ray Foley, yeah. It's always a good shout, like, you know. I hope everyone's up for a good crack now tonight.
Yeah. They will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, this is the thing. I don't know. I know you're wilder than me, but like, if I know that people aren't with me in the same crack level, I force them into it.
You will have
I
fun
will.
with me.
Yeah, I'll be more outrageous than they're willing to be outrageous, and I'll. Yeah.
You'll try
Anyway.
me out. Woo!
Now we've a show.
Back live now on the Take Me Out WhatsApp group for tonight. Someone has asked one of the women, are we wearing dresses or like nice pants and a top? Some people are saying birthday suits. Some people are saying dresses. And now Michael is going to give his take. Michael has says jeans and a nice top. Winky face. I love it. We're not wearing jeans and a nice top. We're wearing suits. Baby.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got a bit of a fancy. I went into Jack Dunn's on menswear like I am, that's scruffy and wearing shorts. And I said I want a suit, and I bought a 3-piece suit today. In Jack Dunn's.
For tonight.
Well, for tonight, and I need a suit that fits me.
The charity is paying for it.
Yeah. That's like, apparently, and Tommy and Hector, my father was beaming about it. Hector was painting the scene of the lovely charity and all, and Tommy goes, "That's lovely, Hector. And to think them string the buckets and then you get your fee." And I said, "How much is in the buckets, lads?" But yes, the charity's paying for the suit. But no, I want the suit or whatever, because I've no suit that fits me, so it's nice to get a suit that fits me. And it's all thanks to Mark Alban Fitness. Mark Alban Fitness, set smart goals. Don't be stupid, set smart ones. And join his Mark Fitness classes on Mark Fitness.
Smart fitness classes. You wear it on your wrist.
Every morning at 8 o'clock, or you can do your one-to-ones, and just DM Mark and he'll sort you out with a nice top or whatever. Yeah. So now, where am I going? Only to, you have a few little other, part of the beauty of the mystery, Mark, is that we have to accept that we have to let go to the mystery. We can't pin the nails to the waves as they wash against the shoreline.
That's very true.
You know? So the mystery is the mystery, and it'll always be the mystery. But like, we can still dabble in it, and that's why we want to do mushrooms, ayahuasca, and heroin.
Right, we're going to the Ashdown
Yes.
now. We'll see you there. Ta-ta and farewell.